ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु विद्यस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 35, verse 14 and 15. This is continuation of the Yugal Geet. So in the previous verse we read about Krishna's flute attracting the minds of birds, and then he talked about cloud, Megha. So here he speaks about how the devas, they were unable to understand the music which he was playing. So vividha gopacharaneshu vidhagdo Venuvadya urudha nija shikshaha तव सुतः सति यदाधर बिंबे दत्त वेणुरनयत सुरजातिः सवनसस्तदुपधार्य सुरेशः शक्र सर्व परमेष्टि पुरोगः कवेयानत कंधर चित्तः कश्मलं ययुर निश्चित तत्वः. So these are verses which are spoken by gopis to Mother Yashoda. So it says Vividha Gopa Charaneshu Vidagdha. So Vidagdha means expert. Literally it means who is completely burnt. Means ripe. That's it. It's like something becomes like a fruit becomes ripe. So like that Vidagdha means one who is expert in a particular field and called Vidagdha, like Vidagdha Madhav. So he says Vividha Gopa Charaneshu Vidagdha. So these verses have very unusual usage of words. So here Gopa Charan, generally Charan means foot or feet, but here it means behavior or activities. So Gopa Charaneshu means various types of activities performed by the Gopas, cowherd people. Every clan has got certain activities they are good at, which is their duty, their dharma. So cowherd people are expert in what? Dealing with cows, farming, etc. So therefore he says that he is very good in various types of activities performed by the cowherd. Means how to milk cows, how to tie them, how to control, how to take them to the field, call them back, like that. Some expertise is required for that also. So he is good at that, or playing with the cows, or how to train the bulls, yoke them in a bullock cart. So he is good. That's why later on he married one wife by controlling 7 bulls. Right? That was one of his wife. That was the condition. Anyone who can. There were 7 dangerous bulls. Anybody who can simultaneously control them, he can marry that. So he did that because he is Vivedha Gopa Charanesu. So Charan here means Acharan. Sadachar means good bachar. Acharan means just behavior in general. So that is the meaning. And Venu Vadya Urudha Nija Shiksha. And he is also very good in Venu Vadya, Venu Vadan, means in playing flute. And this he has not learned from anybody. Nija Shiksha means he is self-taught. He is his own guru. He did not go to music school and then learn the ragas or anything like that. So he can play this in various ways, Urudha. So tav sutah sati yadadhar bimbe datta venur anayat swarajati. So sati means Yashoda, chaste Yashoda. He says your son, when he puts the flute on his lower lip and then swarajati. So swara is the notes and jati are the source of the various ragas. So then what happens? What is the influence of that? He says Savanasas tadupadharya suresha shakra sarva parameshti puroga. So then the Suresha, or the gods in the upper planets such as Indra and Sharva is Shiva and Parameshti is Brahma. So they hear this sound. So this sound actually travels far away. That is the special characteristic of his flute sound. Generally you play flute, how far it can be heard? Maybe a few 100 meters, not more than that. If you put mic, then maybe it can go for a kilometer or something, 1 mile. But this is going to the other planets. So how it travels? Because Akasha is the medium for sound. Shabda Gunkam Akasham, Tark Sangra. So Shabda goes all over. So they hear it, and therefore they don't see him, they just hear that who is playing this. And Kavaya Anata Kandhara Chitta, and they hear it with real attention, with bending to the side. Anata Kandhar means your shoulder bent to the side, like from wherever the sound is coming, you put your head to that side and trying to understand which note is he playing. And they are unable to figure that out. So Kashmala Yayura Anishchita Tattva. So they cannot understand the Tattva of the flute sound of Krishna. And therefore they remain confused. They are trying to figure out which raga is he playing, which notes is he playing, and they cannot know this. So this is the characteristic of his music that's being described here. So there is not much comment on this. So he is making a little introduction to this sloka, because these are a little different, because they are spoken to Yashoda. Earlier slokas were spoken among themselves, and these ones are being spoken to Mother Yashoda. So he makes like a little description why they are speaking this to her. So atha aparahne kaschan gopya agamishyata swapreyasas chiradarshana siddhyartham vicharita yuktayah kenachin mishena vrajeswari sadhanam gataha. So this is now evening time, and it's time for Krishna to come back from the forest. So some gopis, they went to the house of Rajeshwari, that is Yashoda, on some pretext. If you have to go to somebody's house, you have to have some reason why you are going. Even if you say, I just came to see you, you have to say something. So on some pretext they go there. And why they are going? Swaprayasas chira darshana siddhyartham. Because they actually want to see Krishna, whom they have not seen now for a few hours, because he left in the morning and he is not back yet. So they are very eager to see. So therefore they devise some yukti, some means to go there. And tatra cha vividha vriddha yuvati balika bhi sambhuya vistaryamana. And there are already elderly gopis there, some young ones, they have all assembled. So in the evening they all assemble there on some pretext, they are talking, etc. So vistaryamana swasuta guna karma prabhava katha shrinvati. And these elderly gopis, they are speaking to Yashoda and telling his activities in detail, and others are listening. And then these ones also go and join, and they also speak. So swayam cha kathayanti suta viraha vivlatam swasa manascha samashvashatam. So Yashoda Swami is, I think, for Yashoda. Yashoda also speaks. So they are all very eager. So Yashoda is also in anxiety, why he has not come, when will he come, etc. So then some of them, they are giving consolation to her by speaking. Sutvirha vivilam tam swasva manascha samashvasetu. So actually they themselves are anxious to see Krishna, but they are hiding their own anxiety or anxiousness and trying to console Yasoda as if she is in anxiety, or only she is like that. So addressing her, they speak this sloka. Venu Gana Guna Prabhavam Varnayanti. So they describe the effect and the quality of Krishna's song and its effect. That's what they describe. Vividhaiti. So Vividha Gopa Charaneshu Vidagdha. Hey Sati Sri Yashode. So Sati is an address for Yashoda. Vividham Gopanam Charnani Acharnani Gavam Kalena Dohan Vasi Karnadini Teshu Vidagdha. So Krishna is expert in the various activities which are performed by cowherd people. So just like he says that to control the cows when it is time for milking them. So cows have to be milked, and some cows, they are very, what you call,
frisky.
They can kick you. They don't like to be milked, because some cows, they feel like titillated when you touch their teats, so they just move, and if you try to do that, they give you a kick. Sometimes you have to bind their legs. That's why sometimes it is described that Krishna has a rope around his head. Those are the ropes for tying the leg of Krishna. The cowherd people, they do that. They keep rope on their shoulder because they have to go from one cow to another cow. So open this one, tie that one. And tying also have to be done with a trick because they don't allow you to tie the legs. So you have to quickly, and you have to make like an 8 in both legs. If you just tie them like that, the rope will slip down, or they will move, and the rope, they can open it. So you have to take the rope in between the legs and then tie. Then they cannot do anything because the legs get stuck. So this is what it says here, that Dohan Vashi Karanadini, that controlling them, Gavam Kalena. So Teshu Vidagda, he is good at that, Tavsuta, and then they come to the flute. So main thing they want to speak about is flute playing. The other is just an entry into that. Like he says, that's what was the word he is using, that Kenuchit Mishena, on some pretext. So they say that Adhar Bimbe Datta Venu Sanyada Swaranam Sadjadinam Jati Rashtadas Mukhya Anya Sashrashava Anayat Unnitvan. So then he puts his flute on the lip and then plays. So there's 7 notes, Saregama Padhani, Sadaja, etc. And there are jatis, 18 of them, which are the source of the ragas. And says in this way there are thousands and thousands of ragas which he knows and he plays. So Kidrishi Venu Vadya Vishaye Urudha Bhav Prakara Nijata Swasmadeva Natu Parasmat Kasmaschidapi Shiksha Yasuta. So he has got great learning, great understanding or scholarship in playing the flute. And this he has not learned from anybody. So he learned many things in the Gurukula, but flute, he was born with this. Like some children are born with certain talent, so he is born with the flute playing talent. Savanasaha samaye tat swara jati unnayan updhariya. So So samanasa means the various types of notes and ragas which he plays. So these devas, they hear it. Updharya means hearing. Shakra Sarva Parameshthina Puroga Mukhya Yesamte. So only 3 names are mentioned here: Indra, Shiva, and then Brahma. But these are not the only 3, but many others like Ganesh, Parvati, Saraswati. So they all also hear. These are the chief of them. So he describes that. He says Shakra, Upendra, Agni, Yamadaya. So when it says Indra, so there is also Upendra, who is younger brother of Indra. That's what is called Upendra. And then Agni, fire god, Yamadaya, Yamraj, Vayu Devata, all that. So they all hear and try to figure out what raga is this. So sometimes in India they have a competition like that. They will give you a small piece of some song and they'll say, now fine, tell me to which song it belongs, right? What is it called? Some competition like that, Swarmala competition or something. So that's what is happening to them. They are not having small piece, they have big piece, but still they are not able to understand. And then Sarva, Shiva, also refers to Katyayani, Devi, Skanda, son of Shiva, and Ganesh. Shiva has 2 sons. So they are a whole family. Then they are talking in between. He's saying, no, this is Mallar Rag. And he says, no, this is Bhavari Rag. No, this is that Rag. This is a Savari Rag. This is Darbari Rag. So everybody is giving their opinion, but there is no Nishchit Tattva. Nobody is conclusive because everybody comes, but what about this note that is not belonging to this Raga? So therefore they are not able to come to any conclusion. Then Brahma is also there. So Brahma also has other people. Chatusana Naradade, he has his sons. So they are all busy trying to figure out. So Kaveha Gana Taladi Srishti Kartaropi. And then there are other musicians who write music, experts, right? Mozart. So he is also trying to figure out what kind of music is this. So they are lost. Anata Kandharas Chittani Cha Yesham. So they have their bent shoulders and also their heart is bent because they don't know. So Gana Madhurya Aswada Anubhavam. So this is because of the influence of the sweetness, the tasting the sweetness of Krishna's music. This is the Anubhav. When you hear music, you shake your head, you shake your body, they are bending. Na nishchitam ragasya talasya tanasya swaradinam cha tattvam. So they are not able to figure out which raga is it, which tal is it, which tan it is, and which swara. So they cannot know. Swarupam yastai. Tadascha jnanad venu madhuryam cha moham prapur. And because of this ajnana, they feel bewildered. Aho Jagdishwara yatra mumuhus tatra Jagdishi tavyanam annesham mohe ko vichara. So therefore they are saying that if these Jagdishwaras, these are the controller of the world, if they are feeling bewildered by hearing this sound of the flute, then what to speak of the people of the universe? They will not figure it out anymore. Arya Jagan Mohanoyam Tav Suto Abhut iti Bhava. So what is the conclusion is that they are telling to Yashoda that, hey Arya, that your son is Jagan Mohan. That he is the enchanter of the whole universe, not only of this earth, but of the whole universe. And by this they are saying that they are also enchanted, that's why they are there. So then the next two slokas. Nijpadabjadalair dhvaja vajra nirajankusha vichitra lalame vrajabhuva samayan khurtodam varshmadhurya gati ridita venuhum vrajati tena vayam savilasa vikšnarpita mano bhava vegaha kujagatim gamitana vidamaha kasmalena kabaram vasnam va. So they are now describing the gait of Krishna, how he walks. So there is no talk of flute here. All other slokas, no, in this one also there is flute, Idita Venu. So Nij Padabja Dalair Dhvaja Vajra Niraja Ankusha Vichitra Lalame Vrajabhuva Samayana Kurtodam. So cows, they are walking, and Krishna walks behind the cows. So when the cows are walking, that is as if it is giving pain to the earth. Khura Todam. So Toda means Vyatha. Toda Vyathane. So it is giving some Vyatha, some pain, suffering, because the hoofs of the cows are sharp, right? So they cut the earth. So Krishna walks behind the cows, and when he is walking behind the cows, he is like assuaging, he is removing the suffering of the earth by putting his feet where the cows have walked. And his feet are lotus feet, Nij Padabja Dalai, which has got the marks of a flag, of thunderbolt, lotus, god, and other vichitra, some other marks are there. So he is stamping the earth with his beautiful, wonderful, soft lotus feet. And this is removing the suffering of the earth because of the walking of the cows. And vrajati tena vayam savilasa vikshana arpita manobhavvega. So when he moves, then by seeing his beautiful gait, our manobhava, our kama or love, manobhava means which is born in the mind. So we become completely devoted and our love swells. And then kujagatim gamitana vidama. Then we are not able to move. Kuja means here either mountain or trees. Ku means earth, ja means born, trees. So trees which are born on earth. So kujagatim, our movement is like the movement of the trees. This means no movement. Nagamita, we are not able to move. And navidame kashmalena kabaram vasnamba. We also become infatuated so much that we do not know that the flower or our hair, the flower from that have fallen down, or some other cloth has fallen down. Our braid has become loosened. So we do not notice that. That is the effect of meditating on his movement or his walking. Atha anya yuthastha swasakhi prati venu hetukam swamoham eva ahu. So now some gopis belonging to another group, they are speaking this to the gopis of their own group. And they are describing the bewilderment they experience caused by the flute of Krishna, playing of the flute of Krishna. Nizpadani eva abjadalani tai. So here Krishna's feet themselves are compared, they are not really compared, but they are like the lotus leaves, abjadala. So they are not saying that his feet are like lotus, but the feet are like, or feet are the lotus. No, nijpad abjadalai. His feet are the lotus leaves. So therefore says nijpadani eva abjadalani. His feet are lotus leaves and he is walking with them. So tai kidrishai, how are his feet? Feet means the soles of the feet. That's what it means. So dhvajadini vichitrani lalamani chinnani yeshamta. So Krishna's soles have special marks on them. So some of them are described here. Like the flag is there, the gourd to control elephant, thunderbolt, etc., lotus flower. So these are various marks. So Goshtha Gaman Samaye Agrato Gatanam Gavam Khurtodam Khurakraman Vyatham Braj Bhuva Shamayan. So when the cows are coming back from the forest to the Goshtha, to the village, then they are in front and cowherd boys are following them. So the hoop of the cows, they are causing some vyatha, some pain because of walking on the hoof. So Krishna is quelling that pain caused by the hoof of the cows by putting his own feet on them. Tadupari swacharan abjanyasena samayitum yada varshmana dehena dhuriyo gajas tadvad gatir yasya sa Krishna vasti. So Krishna is walking behind like elephant. Gajagati means he is walking slowly, he is not running in a relaxed manner. You have seen how elephant walks slowly. So like that. Tadatena Krishnena Savilasa Vikshneneva Arpito Manobhav Vego Yasu. And then we are standing, he looks at us, and because of his looks our love becomes excited. So we become completely infatuated by that. Tavayam kuja vrikshaste samiva gatim gamita prapita satya. Therefore we become immovable like the trees. Just stand still there looking at him, not moving. Mohena kavaram vasnam va na vidama. And due to our bewilderment, we become unaware of our braid and the dress. Means tayos khlanam na janime. We don't realize that they have become loose or slipping away. Tena vraj bhuvaha khurtodam charnambuj nyasena shamaya masa. So now this is the implied. What they imply by this is as the following. So they are saying that he is quelling the pain of the earth, which is caused by the hoofs of the cows. So Krishna is quelling this pain by his lotus feet, but he is not quelling our pain. That is the significance. So Vraja Subhruvam. So they are making like a alliteration. Vraja Bhuva and Vraja Subhruva. So Brajabhuva means the land of Vraja, and Vraja Subhruva means the ladies of Vraja. So he is taking care of the Vraja land but not the Vraja ladies. That's the significance. So Vraja Subhruvam tu Manusija Todam. So there it is Vraja Bhuva Khuratodam, and here it is Manusija Todam. So there the Vyatha, the pain, is caused by the hoof, and here the pain is in the mind. Nayanambuja Nyasena Utpadya Masa. So for the earth, Krishna is taking away the pain. In case of the gopis, he is giving the pain. Because if you take pain, you have to give it somewhere. Otherwise it will remain with you, isn't it? And he does not like to hoard anything. That is the quality of great people, that if they get something, they distribute it. Right? That's what Mahatmas do. So he takes the pain and he gives it. Says, take care. So this way it remains balanced. So that's what gopis are saying. That Nayan Ambuja Nyasena. So by the lotus feet he is quelling, and by the lotus eyes he is giving. So takes from the feet, give through the eyes. And by the time it gives from the eyes, it becomes magnified. So it takes little pain, gives big pain. So that's the meaning. Nayanambuja nyasena utpadaya mas iti evam asmakam lalatam iti dyotitam. So he says, what can we say? This is our fate. So where is fate written? In the palm? Sure. No, fate is written on the forehead. So you cannot hide it. So some people can just look at your forehead and tell you. Right? They are experts who read your facial expressions and marks on the face, and they can tell you your nature. So on the 6th day after the birth of the child, on the 6th day, the fate is written on the forehead. This is called Chati. 6th day. That's when the Vidhata comes and writes on the lalat. So that's what they are saying. Says lalatam iti dyotitam. Okay, let's do 2 more. Manidhara kochidag aganayan ga malaya daita gandha tulasya pranayno nucharasya kadamse prakshipan bhajama gayata yatra kvanita venuravak vanchita chittaha krishnamanvasata krishna grihinyaha gunganarnamanugatya harinyo gopikaiva vimukta grihashaha. So this is description how Krishna counts his cows. This is a very unusual way of counting cows. So he has his own mathematics, his own school. So he says Manidhara, Krishna is having Manidhara, he is having a garland of money, gems. And Kvachid Aganayan Ga Malaya. So he is counting the cows by this mala. So because he cannot count on his fingers, he has a mala for counting, like you have mala for counting the japa. How many mantras you have chanted? So he also counts like that. the cows. That is his japa. Because cows' names are also spiritual. So Malaya Daita Gandha Tulasya. And he has got this fragrance coming from the tulasi, which he is wearing. And Pranayino Anucharasya Kadamse Prakshipan Bhajamagayata Yatra. Bhujamagayata Yatra. He is putting one arm on the shoulder of his friend, standing like that. And then he sings. So again, singing here means he is playing the flute, because it's all about playing the flute. And Konita Venu Rava Vanchita Chitta. So we become completely attracted, our minds become attracted by the sound of his flute. No, he's Krishna Grihinya. There are deers, female deers, who become attracted by the flute sound of Krishna. There is, I don't know if it is true or not, but it seems deers like music. Right? This is belief. This is, that's how the hunter catches the deer. But whether it is real or not, I don't know. But at least these does, they become completely attracted, vanchit chitta, Krishna manvasata, and therefore they run towards Krishna. And gun ganarna manugatya harinyo gopika iva vimukta grihasa. And they follow Krishna, who is an ocean of wonderful qualities. And they are just like the gopis. They are not saying just like us, but as if gopis are someone else. So gopika iva vimukta grihasa. They have given up all hopes of their family life. So gopika iva, just like gopis, they give up their family and run to Krishna, as we read earlier. Like that, the lady deers also run to Krishna, not caring for the husbands. So they are, by Vyanjana, they are describing their own feelings, basically. So when they are saying that Krishna is putting one of his hand on the shoulder of his friend, basically the meaning is that they want that Krishna should do this to them. That is the Vyanjana. But instead of saying it directly, they are using the friend. And they are saying that he is having tulasi, and tulasi they are calling Daita Gandha Tulasya. Daita means beloved. That he is having a garland of tulasi. So, and tulasi is dear to him. So meaning is that we would also like to embrace him like that. And garland is hanging in the neck, so they would also like to embrace. That is the significance of the word Daita. And then Krishna Grihinya. So Krishna Grihinya means that there is type of deer which are called Krishna Sara. So here Krishna Grihinya means the wives of Krishna Sar deer. But the word Sar is not used here. It's only Krishna. Like you say Bhima for Bhimsena, or Bhama for Satyabhama. So Krishna Sar is Krishna. But the Vyanjana is that they are like wife of Krishna, Krishna Grihinya. Which means that we would like to be like that. That's how they are speaking. Because they are saying that these deers are like gopis. And then they are saying that these deers are like the wives of Krishna. Although the meaning is Krishna Sara, Grihinya, the wives of the deers. Krishna Sara deer, but because the word is just used Krishna Grihinya, the wives of Krishna. So that's what they are saying. And just as they have Vimukta Grihasa, we also have Vimukta Grihasa. We have not attached to our house or family or anything. And Krishna is Guna Ganarnam. How does the deer know that Krishna has all these qualities? So they know it. So Goshtasthanam Svesham Mohamiva Vanasthanam Mriginam Venuhetakam Mohamahu. So earlier they said the bewilderment of the gopis who are in the village, in the Goshtha. Now they are describing the bewilderment of the Mrigis, the deers who are in the forest. Means whether you are in the forest or you are in the village, you are in love with Krishna. And whether you are human females or you are deer females, you are in love with Krishna. So that's the significance. Manidhara go ganana sankhyan mani mala dhara. So what is the meaning of Manidhara? Manidhara literally means who is having a gem. But here it refers to a garland of gem, mani mala. And Krishna has that. And this garland made of gems he uses for counting the cows. Like these days we have some counters. You can click them. Some devotees use that for japa. Right? So he has a counter like that. Moving with the thumb. He doesn't have a bead bag or anything. Just putting it around his neck. So now he describes cows. There are 4 colored cows he has. There are Shukla, Rakta, Shyama, Pitanam, Chaturunam, Varnanam, Pratekam, Panchavinshti Prabhede, Shatam Varna Bhavanti. So somehow he has to make 108 beads in the garland or this mala. So he says there are 4 colored cows. There are white cows, there are red cows, there are black cows, and there are yellow cows. Have you seen yellow cows? You have seen reddish, right? And blackish and whitish. Krishna also has got yellowish cows. Yeah. 4 types. And each one has got 25 variety in them. So 25 multiplied by 4 is 100. So he has to have 100 beads to count them. So Shatam Varna Bhavanti. So means white cows are not all same white. There is also gradation in white. Right? So there are 25 shades of white, 25 shades of red, 25 shades of black, 25 shades of yellow. So therefore there are 100 colors. The Krishna's cows have 100 colors. So for each, and then each one has got many in it. They all go together. So he counts them that this group has come. Means white 1, white 2, white 3, like that white 25. And each one has got thousands and thousands of cows. So he counts them one by one. Okay. He just counts the groups. Wants to make sure that all the cows are there. This is important for cowherd people. They cannot afford to lose their cows in the forest. Sometimes cows can get strayed. So then you have to search for them. Or some forest animal can eat. So you have to keep track. So this is what they said, that he is Vivida Gop Charaneshu Vidagdha, the expert in the cowherd activities. तथैव चित्रितत्व चंदन तिलकत्वादि वर्णैर् मृदंग मुखत्वादि आकारैः च अन्येऽपि अष्ट प्रभेदा भवन्ति. And then 8 is remaining. So then there are also 8 groups of cows depending on how they appear. Some are having chitrita. Chitrita means multicolor. Not that it's just one white. Like they have spots. And some have chandana, tilakatvadi varna. So some have the color like the chandana. Some have the color like the tilak. And some have face like mridanga. So different facial expressions. So there are 8 more groups like that. So that makes 108 varieties. Tatascha, then each one has got further more groups in them. Tattad varnakarair ashtottar shatam mani golakair gogananartham krishnena gojap mala eka kritasti. So for counting these cows of different colors and different shapes, which are 108, he has made one Gojap Mala. That he is doing the japa, the cows. Tam malam gritva eva asankhyanam api gavam ashtotar shatam yuthan prathak prathak varnan ganayati. So he has got unlimited cow, because earlier it came asankhyatai vatsai vatsatarai. So there is no limit of his cows, but still they look like limited. Because if it is unlimited, where is he going to keep them? So they may be unlimited, but still they appear to be limited, and he has 108 groups. So every day he counts them. Otherwise unlimited you cannot count. How are you going to count unlimited? So these are just groups, so he counts each group. Tathahi. So how does he count? So he counts he dhavali. So he will say he dhavali, white ones, white number 1, white number 2, like that. So they come. Like in the army, they have the groups of the army people. They have their numbers, divisions, various divisions. That's how they call them. So Dhavali Yutho Ayati, then the group which is Dhavali, Dhaval means white, that comes. Tathaiva Hamsi, Chandani, Gange, Mukte, Tyavanena, Tattat Prabhedas, Chaturvinstiranye Yapi Yutha Ayanti. So then he has got name for each group. Hamsi, Chandani, Gange, Mukte. So he calls, then each group comes. So like that there are 25 groups. Then he has got Aruni, Kumkumi, Saraswati, Ityadi Sangha. He has got also names. Aruni. According to the color, Arun color, Kumkum color, Saraswati. Then he has got Syamla, Dhumla, Yamuna, Ityadi Sangha. These are other names. They all belong. Blackish color is Syamla, Dhumla, Yamuna. Yamuna also blackish. Saraswati is reddish. Then Pita, Pingla, Haritalika, Ityadi Sangha. The yellow ones have these names, Pita, Pingla, Haritalika. Chitrita, Chitra Tilka, Dirgha Tilka, Triyak Tilka, Ityadi Sangha. Then there are Chitrita cows which have spots. So it's like they have different types of marks on their forehead, front part. Sometimes you see cows have some marks here, or the hair, different style. So some have long ones, some have bent ones, some have multicolored ones. Then Mridanga Mukhi, Singh Mukhi, Ityadi Sangyasya. Some are face like Mridanga, some are face like lion. So Sangyasya Swaswa Namabhir Ahuta Ayantyo. So he calls and they all come. Ato Vanad Goshtha Gaman Samaye Kaschana Api Gavo vismrita ma bhaveyu iti ekaikam mani golaka vritte vartanena gaganen. So when bringing the cows back home, he counts them to make sure that no cows are left in the forest. And this is how he uses this mala to count the cows. Daita gandha tulsi tasya malaya sahavartmana. And he also has a tulsi mala, which has a very beautiful smell, as we read earlier. Pranayinaha priyasya anucharasya skandhe bhujam prakshimam yada agayata. Then he puts his hand on the shoulder of his friend and he plays on the flute. So he plays on the flute to make sure any cows remaining here and there, they will hear the flute and come. Because they must be used to this, that whenever they are leaving the forest to home, he plays the flute. So they come. But now when he is playing the flute, the deers also know that he is going now, so they also come running. They feel separation from him. It was described earlier that they feel separation at night, and whole night they wait for him. And then morning they run to see him. Satad kvanitasya veno ravena vanchitani apahritani chittani yashamta. So their hearts have been attracted by the sound of his flute. So kvanit venu kvanantam, this is the dhatu. Arvinda dalayataksam. So Krishnasya grihinya means Krishna sarasya grihinya. So Krishna sar is a special type of deer. So it's supposed to be auspicious. So this is the lady deer, the does. Krishna anvasata, anvasata, anuvartata ityartha. So they follow him. Yato gun ganarnam. Why they follow him? Because he is the ocean of good qualities, gun samudram. Krishna manugamya prapya tadguna aswadya ityartha. Means they relish his qualities. Vimukta grihasha yabhista gopika iva vayam api evam vritta bhavama. So they have given up all attachment to their family members and just follow Krishna, forgetting that we have our husband, children. Deer also have husband? Yes. It's mentioned here. So he says they are just like the gopis. So why are they saying they are just like gopis instead of saying they are just like us? So this is the parokshavad. So that nobody doubts them, as if they are talking about others when they are talking about themselves. So this is the end of this sloka, and we'll stop if any question is there. Yes.
Could you please explain what it means that the gopis have the desire to be Krishna Grihinya, to be the housewives of Krishna? I thought they want to be with him in the forest, but if they are housewives, then how could they?
Means they want to be not housewife does not mean who remains in the house. Housewife means wife. They want him as the husband.
I see. So this word grihini
Means
does
wife.
not necessarily mean that you're stuck in the house all day.
Grihini means you are the boss of house. That's all. Raghav.
Obeisance Pandit. Long time ago, I heard that the examples of Santa Ras are the animals in the spiritual world, but now we heard that these deers and those are Madhurya actually.
How is Madhurya?
Because they feel like wives of Krishna, you just said.
No, that gopis are speaking like that.
The gopis. So, but then what is Shanta Ras exactly? Examples of Shanta Ras?
That's what you said, trees, animals.
Animals. But sometimes these animals have other relationships also. Or just the gopis felt that way.
Just like that.
Just like that. Thank you for this.
Anything else?
The reference to the black deer, would this be the same as like the blue cow that you sometimes see around Govardhan? Or
What is that?
the reference to the black deer, would that be the same as like the blue cow, the type of deer that you...
No, Nilga, that is different.
That's something different?
Yeah. That's deer. This is actually a deer.